This is our little putty cat. She'll be a year old in June. She's never had anything trimmed on her face to be ready for a show or anything, because I intended to sell her. She was sold as a kitten, and the person that was supposed to take her backed out because she had to have emergency surgery. I guess her appendix ruptured or something, and so that was her story. And so Putty is still here and still for sale now again. Anyway, so today it's time for a bath, and so she has to be combed completely out before she's bathed. When you have a lot of dead hair in a cat, if you bathe them, all that dead hair will shrink, and mats will just get even tighter. One of the problems with combing out a cat is static electricity, so I always use some type of a spray. This is some stuff by Chris Christensen, and this is another one I've been using. See, it's silken and softened coats with Pro Vitamin B. I like it. I like the way it smells. So anyway, I'm always buying new stuff and trying new stuff. I have a whole selection of combs, and you always put your combs on a towel so as you lay them down, they don't clang. Another good thing is to have your cat on a table. Here we have the wall to the back, and so she's pretty much enclosed on 3 sides, and I'm on the 4th side. Yeah. And so this is in the laundry room, so the door is shut. That way if she gets off the table, she's easier to catch. So when you're going to comb them, I always start in the back, and it's spray, comb, spray, comb. So I am going to spray here where I'm going to start. Most of them don't like to spray. I keep talking to them. Yeah. And then you start by just getting a little bit of the hair that you just sprayed and pull that away. Here your hand is holding the coat up towards the cat's face. And so you just comb a little bit down here to get a starting point. Now you're going to keep having hair to get out of the comb, so you're going to keep making a pile. You'll see that pile grow. Okay, their tail twitches like that means they're not happy. Okay, now we got a little bit combed. I spray across there and basically get another, like a part. You know, like when you're parting your hair, you just go straight across here and get some more out, and then you work on making sure that comb gets all the way down to the skin, and that is completely combed out, that small area. And see, there's the hair. And you spray again. Oh, and it's supposed to shake that stuff before you start. Then we're going to go through here, get a little bit more, and then we're going to comb that out. Oh yes, and we have to keep talking. Oh yes, I know, you aren't happy. And let's spray some more, and this is how we do it. We just keep working a little bit at a time, and then we get that completely combed like that. And then spray that, some more out, and then we comb that. You have to be sure you have a good comb, and you want to use the bigger spacing on the teeth when you're initially combing them. And we got a bigger, pretty much a big area now that we think we have combed out, so to test ourselves. Oh my goodness, yes. Test yourself with the smaller end, go through there, and as you go through, have your comb on a slant towards the combed area, so you're like digging in. So you want to be sure you're getting it all the way down, because it's real easy to just comb over the top, but then deep down in it's all still matted. So as soon as the cat gets up and walks and shakes itself, he looks all matted again, because it is. It was never combed out. All right, so you keep your part, don't lose your part. Spray again. And now we're going to pull a little bit more out. And then comb that out. Oh, baby girl. I know, it's terrible. Here. There. So it's just a process of combing, pulling a little more out, spraying. The problem is with this long hair is that, now quit, is the static. The furnace and the dry air makes static, and then the good hair sticks to the other hair, and it's all because of static. So the spray is meant to eliminate the static as you go. And it also keeps the static down. Yes. The dirtier they are, though, the more static they get. And they get to a point where you have to bathe them because they're so staticky. And no amount of spray is going to take care of it, because there's so much. Should have turned my phone off so the notifications aren't making noises. We had to keep talking to the cat, and then just keep working like that. Eventually we will find a head. We always start at the back end and work your way up. And you just do one side. You're not flipping them around and changing to different areas. You work until you're all the way to the front end and you've got one side done. Oh, you're such a good girl. Yes, she is. Such a good baby. And here again, we're hanging on to this hair up here so that when you're combing, the whole body isn't moving. So you're kind of holding down and holding it back so that they're kind of like stretched. I'll explain that, but this way, see that the skin isn't moving and the cat isn't moving, because I've got a hold of it all right here. And so as I go along, I move my hand up a little bit, but I still always have that hand on that coat and the cat. So we're just working our way through here. Almost to the top. That's a good girl. Yes. She's such a good girl. The Persian cats have what's called a ruff, a big hairy area around their neck, but she's not old enough yet to really have that big of a ruff. She'll be, I don't know if I said that earlier, but she'll be a year old, June 15th. Persians are slow to develop. Sometimes they don't have a full coat till they're 3 years old. constantly growing and developing. No, no, no. No, no, no. Down, 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 down. Now, as you're getting to the front, as you're getting towards that face, you want to be sure that you always have your hand over the face, so you don't get that stuff. You don't want to spray that in their eyes or in their nose or in their ears, because if they feel that and that happens, they're not happy and they're going to want to take off. Now this here, it's called a hanging-oni. I have it combed out, but it's still hanging on by a hair. Most of the time, you have to pull them out. Let it go. Here, here. That's a good girl. Here. Another thing you can do as you get up here is spray on your comb if you if you think you might get it in your eye. So you can just hold it back here and make a spritz on your comb, and then take it in here and comb, so you don't get any in your eye. Okay. When you get around your ears, they have oil glands behind your ears. A lot of times they get mats behind your ears. So you kind of got to comb it forward and backward and every which way, this whole area right here. So I got my hand over her face, spray in there. I think I got it combed, so I turned it around to the thinner side so I can make sure I didn't miss any tangles in here. Yeah, see, I'm still catching stuff. Okay, so we got a side done. So rather than do the other side, you can see how a side gets done. It's all done and combed. Now, for some miscellaneous parts, on a hairy tail, you don't want to make long strokes on a tail because you're going to pull all the hair out, and eventually you're going to have a cat with a tail that looks like a possum. Instead, when you're combing a tail, you want to get down to the skin and come straight out away from the tail instead of these long strokes like that. So what I try to do is lift the tail up and give it a shake and spray into it so that that spray gets in there. And then no, hold still here. Still, you're all right. And then I'll kind of lay it in my hand and see, I got my fingers under here and a thumb here. So I'm kind of getting a hold of the meat of the tail, and then making a part going down here. See how it's parting? It's not wet enough. They don't like their tail combed because there's not any give. There's not a lot of meat, you know, like here when you're combing, all this moves. But when you're combing a tail, that skin is right hard next to the bone. So it's a lot more sensitive. So see, I have that combed. Now what I'm going to do is try to move this apart and get some more of this tail like this, and then get a hold of that. And by holding on to the, I know, baby, you don't like your tail combed, I know, but it's got to be done. You can see I'm getting quite a bit out of that tail. Yeah. Yeah. I know. this out. Okay, now we're going to have to flip her over to get to the other side of the tail and try to make it go out the other way. This, and get a part when you're parting the hair. You see, I'm trying to make a nice part down the middle along the tail. Get that combed out all the way up here to the base. Now I'm going to try and get some more and comb that out like that. Oh, there. Oh, here. We're knocking everything over. Then, if you think you've got it all and the cat will hold still, you try to get a hold of the end. You don't want to pinch the end of the tail, but if you can kind of get a hold of it, and you're kind of just going to come out like this all the way to the bottom. You start at the top and come out like that, out while you're working your way down. So I'm not taking whoosh like that, I'm not stripping it, but I'm getting in there, and the comb is getting all the way to the skin. I know, here, there. So we got that all done. There. All right. Oh, try to take off. No. Okay, now we're going to work on a leg. Every cat in the world that I know of absolutely hates to have this area combed. They're hawks. So, good luck with that. But if they have long hair, their hawks have got to be combed. So, yes. So you just kind of get in there like that and straight out as quick as possible. There. And then on this part, on the top part, oh, I know you don't want me hanging on your toes. Okay, so there. So now we have the bottom part. Now we have from the hawk up on the inside and the out to get. Sweetheart. No. Okay. So what I do is, here again, I make a starting point, and we got the middle line of the belly here. So we're going to make a little part down the belly here and combing this over to the side. Now you see there's stuff over here, but I'm not going to bother with that because I'm going to be working my way this way and working on this leg. Don't get distracted. So it's just a little bit at a time on these bellies. The bellies are very tender. There. You see how I'm getting apart here? And you're biting me. That's so nice. It's so nice of you to show everybody how nice you are. Now here you can see I got hangy-onnies. You see right here? These little things. They're not in the hair, but they gotta go. Alright, now we're going to keep working on this leg. On the inside of this leg. And see, I'm working my way up. Oh, here. Working my way up towards the hawk. And hard to show you, but yeah, I know. Now, here. Now this is a female, so you don't have testicles to worry about, or little male parts. The males are a little bit more not liking you to comb around that. They're privates. Here. So getting in these. There's hanging on these again. There. And then on the outside of that leg, you're combing up. The opposite way it grows, so that you're sure, see, we're getting quite a bit of that, so that you're sure you're getting all the way to the skin. If you go the same way the hair grows, a lot of times you don't get all the way down. Oh, I know it. It's terrible. It's terrible. There. So now that we've got that where I can just glide through it, I know I got it. So now I'll go ahead and go the other way. Just take a little bit at a time, because if it's all going this way and you come in here like this, it's just going to stick and pull on them. So you have to actually slowly get a little bit of this at a time to get it going the correct direction. Now that it's combed out. Just a little bit. You're just tickling it, getting it going. There. So now it's all combed all the way down on that leg, on the inside and the out. Which she is so happy about. And then you kind of look for any hanging-onies. Those are right here somewhere. Okay. There. All right. Now we'll move on to front leg. So we came up here on past this shoulder, but we didn't do anything with this leg. And one of the big problems, again, with another set of oil glands is in the armpits. And they will get pretty bad tangles in them armpits. So if you kind of pull this hair all up towards the arm, and we're going to start back here on this belly and get a little bit at a time and spray. And the good thing is you get all this spray in there, then they don't tangle so quick. And that's why she's combing out nice, because I do use that spray every time I comb. I never comb a cat out without doing this and putting the spray all the way through them, even if it's right before a bath. Yes, it causes them less pain, and less pain for me too, because that way I don't get bit. Yes. So you can see here again, I'm combing the arm, the hair, the opposite direction on these legs. And then you get quite a bit out, more than you would if you were going with the hair. And now we're going to need to spray this leg, but we don't want to get any hair in, or any of that spray in her eye. So I'm going to hold that foot out away from her face and just comb up here. Oh, I know it. And there, you know, there was the same problem here, is because the arms don't have a lot of meat. Yes, it's like a tail. Yes. Okay, there. So that is all combed completely out. I know. Your life is just terrible. And now we're going to take a little bit at a time and to comb it down to put it the way it's supposed to go. Now that we know we have it all combed out. There. Perfect. Okay. Now another miscellaneous area is this chest. So there's not a really easy way to hold them for that. But one of the things is getting the head up and out of the way and getting in here between these legs and getting your hand under their chin where you're holding the head and the hair up and pulling a little bit down in your little parts. Spray and comb a little more. There we go. Now she gets her rough in her food when she's eating, so she gets pretty yucky on her rough from the front. So I usually get quite a bit out of that. Okay, and down here. Yeah. Down like that. Working our way towards the chin. Oh, you can see there's a big hangy-on-y. Got all this magical terminology. There. Wait a minute. There. Now there's, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see a whole lot of little hangy-onys. And one of the things you can do that makes that easier is a de-shedding comb. Now I got this from Chris Christensen, and it's really expensive. I think it was like 50 bucks or something. But because of these different lengths on the teeth, you go in here and even though it's all combed out, there's all that little dead stuff in there on that. And it's going to get all that out underneath here from her. See? Because those are all little hangy-onys, and there's way too many. There's just too many of them to get them all one at a time. So there. So that's all combed out. Nice. And then there's a face comb, which is just a nice little comb. And use that for their face. That way you don't have these great big teeth poking in their eyeballs. Because you don't want to do that. There. Yes. Get the top. There. There you go, Missy. Yeah. Okay. So, you know, the only thing is the other side, but it won't be anything new, so I think that's good enough. Let me see how much we got out, and we'll get twice that much again, probably to get the other side done. But, and then she'll dry, and this will all fluff up nice, and she'll feel soft, and smell good too. Makes them smell good. So, but I got that whole other side to comb, but I ain't gonna do it now. So, but you got the idea. You can see all the different areas there are to comb. And, yeah. Alrighty. Thanks for watching.